tryna get my money straight. Over time, I gotta make this shake. That bad calling, I'ma do the right. Thank the Lord, He been blessing me. My future bright, that's a sunny day. Sunny day, it's a sunny day. My future bright, that's a sunny day. Sunny day, please come my way. But I'm sunny days, please come my way. I've been out here running, young nigga trying to find a way.
I mean, it's a beautiful face. You can't miss this face. I mean, I know we got the champ right here. But hey, Stockton, California. Back again, part 2. Our second show. Straight out the mud, Port City, Stockton. We got Stockton's very own, the future champion of the world, Gabriel Flores Jr., man. Give it up for him. What's up with you, baby? How you doing today? Good, man. Honored to have you on the show, of course. Our second guest, and yeah, appreciate you coming out. Good looking, baby. So, next fight, September 14th.
14th, got a lot of work into it. You know, day and night, three workouts a day most of the time.
Okay.
Morning, wake up early, eat, make sure I get in and hit the gym. Boxing is in the morning. It's the first thing we do.
Okay.
In mid, we do push-ups, sit-ups, that boxing in the ball with the stomach. So I get hit with a body shot, take it well.
Yeah.
Try to do the neck exercises. And at night, I see you. We get our work in, good night.
I wasn't gonna throw that in there, but we be getting it in. We just got it in, So yeah. Most definitely. So 3 times a day. Now, has your workouts always been like this since you were, how old were you, first of all, how old were you when you started boxing?
7. And it was just a one-time thing. Not one time, one day, or sometimes I'll run. But it wasn't consistent when I started all the time. But every day I was training, but not running every day when I was young and amateurs. When I started getting older, like 11, I started winning national titles. The competition got better. Then I had to make sure I was running, training, because the conditioning.
Yeah.
Those little 1 minute, 3-round fights were intense for when they lasted. So I had to make sure I had that good conditioning. But when I turned pro, that's when we went even harder. Because it's 3-minute rounds, I started off with 4-rounders. I never went 4-rounders before. Never went 3-minute rounds before, so it was something new. So I had to make sure I was ready for it. And I was fighting men that was 10 years, 8 years older than me, and I was 17. So we had to make sure we were ready for everything.
So with the three times a day, sometimes you get 4 workouts in, or you just try to keep it to 3 to preserve your body, or?
Yeah, I don't really get 4, 3. I mean, I'll be working, I'll be busy. I mean, look at me, I ain't got cut right now.
Yeah. Hey, you in savage mode right now. You ain't playing no games right now.
I don't even pay for my cuts.
Hey.
So that lets you know, we grind mode, we grinding.
No, yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be, man. I think, especially in your sport, you really in a combat sport for real, where your life could get took away, or you could take somebody's life. So, I just look at it like you in Iraq right now. They ain't getting their haircut in Iraq.
Yeah.
You ready for war, ready for whatever. You feel me? Any day, any time, anybody can get it. You feel me? But just going back to your September 14th fight, you're preparing for that, working out 3 times a day. What's the hardest part of camp for you? Not hardest, or the most challenging, would you say?
Diet.
Diet?
It's the diet, man. So many temptations out there everywhere.
Especially out here, we got hella good food.
Yeah,
man.
hella good food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you have cheat days, cheat meals?
I have cheat meals. Cheat meals. Sometimes I'll work out harder, run that extra mile, or eat a little lighter than usual, just so I have a cheat meal on the weekend.
Favorite cheat meal?
Favorite cheat meal? Man, I like sweets. I'm more of a dessert type guy.
Yeah.
I have sweet ass tooth.
What I need a specific one. Just if you had to pick one, what you gonna, if you was damn, okay, I ain't gonna cheat for 2 weeks because I'm gonna eat this twice.
You know what? I like going to the movies and eating the churros. Stock downtown.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried the churros there,
yeah,
those are the ones right there.
The ones that they put in a little oven right there, a little pop.
They give you hella little ones, minis, bomb. And actually, this past weekend, I did a bike ride with my peeps for Team Papa. Shout out to him. He fighting for cancer and everything. We were doing shout out to him. So we're right there on the bikes, and I was sweating. I was like, man, I'm getting a good sweat on here. It was sunny. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have a little cool meal.
What bike crew? Was it the Mudville Cruisers or?
They were there. Mudville Cruisers were there. It's just everybody getting together, trying to get together for a good cause. Yeah, everybody trying to get together for a good cause. And they had another bike ride the next day. I didn't make it to that one.
You can't do 2 in a row if you're not used to it. I mean, you could. You're in shape, but me, it's over. But September 14th, man. Has this camp been different than other ones, or Is it kind of routine? Like, you know what you're doing, you know what works for you? I mean, this is your 9th or 10th pro fight?
This is my 10th one coming up.
Damn. So 10 pro fight, you're not even 18 and a half yet. Okay, so 10 pro fight, and he already whipped 9 dudes, going on number 10, September 14th. But just so has every camp kind of been the same so far, so much, or?
Man, I think the momentum just keeps on flowing.
Yeah.
Each camp, I feel like I'm working a little harder. Like not even being like, man, I need to work harder, this and that. It just happens. We're pushing for that extra round.
Yeah.
And everything, still getting used to it, getting comfortable, you know. But in there when I'm in the ring, you can't tell I'm all confident and everything, composed. But we're still learning. You never stop learning.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. I'm still learning, and the momentum just keep on going.
Yeah, what I like most, your MGM debut, that was the one I went to, right? MGM debut, of course, I know you know, that was like a different side of you. Like, I'm like, oh, he turned for real. You came out and it was like, you know, it looked like you was meant for that moment. So, I mean, and it wasn't an act too. I could tell it was like a natural, you know, confidence, Godfidence, whatever you want to call it.
That's the bad thing too. A lot of these men be acting, trying to get hyped, pumped up, and it's not done. It looks weird. Yeah.
You was ready for it, you know, and that's what I like most. Is it like that every fight, or what was different about that fight?
It is like that every fight. I come out excited, feeling good, especially if I know the words of the song. Yeah. I'm coming out feeling good, but as a kid, I always watched those big fights in the MGM Grand. We're talking about Floyd, Manny, Archie La Hoya, Trinidad, list goes on and on. They fought in there, and for me to have my opportunity to fight in there was amazing, and I lived up to the expectations that I had. Yeah. And the lights, I shine when the lights come on. A lot of people, like, they break down, get nervous, but pressure either burst pipes or it'll make a diamond. I'm always trying to turn into that diamond.
Exactly, that's what it do. But with that being said, the MGM, of course, a lot of great names fought there. It was, I think Andre Ward was there. It was a couple big guys there, that night.
I mean, from boxers to movie stars, from artists, from everything. There's a lot of people there. I mean, MGM Grand, when the fight is thrown there, people show up. Yeah. I mean, like the guy that made the Black Panther.
He was here. I was with him at the club after.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, I wasn't at the club. I was in the casino. He was leaving Dre's, so my wife see it. Don't worry about it. I wasn't at the club. I was gambling. Trust me. But no, I shook his hand. So yeah, he was here, live and direct. It was a real night. It was a good night for boxing.
Yeah, like Lady Gaga. I mean, they had all kinds of people there. Crazy.
Now, as far as that, has there ever been like because of course right now you're on your rise to the top, man.
All right, I'm gonna say this. My man's Mark Wahlberg was there. Got to meet him, everything in the back.
Come on, man. Let me do my job, G. No, I'm fucking with you. But no, like, your rise to the top right now, a lot of people, you know, that are fans of boxing, including myself, you always noticing young prospects. So, like you just said, Mark Wahlberg, did he already know you prior to that? Or have you heard about you? Or is it kind of like, hey, I liked your performance? Or?
That was what it was. He was like, oh, I seen you fight out there. He's like, good work. You know, he's a big fan of boxing. He made a boxing movie and all that. He's always at the fights. And my sister loves him, so I made sure that I got a tape with him. I was like, hey, shout out my sister real fast. She's like, yeah. So he was a cool guy and everything. It was a trip to meet him. Yeah. Because, like, he's the man right there.
One of the GOATs, for sure.
He just came out with a new movie and everything. Gotta make sure I catch it.
Yeah, he go crazy, for sure. Besides that, has anybody ever reached out to you, like, via social media? You know, like,
one world champion commented on my comments named Chocolatito. He was wearing pound for pound in the world at one point. Okay. So he's bad. I mean, he still fights. He's gonna be on the undercard of Canelo and Triple G.
Okay, so he real.
Yeah, and I don't understand Spanish, so he was typing Spanish, so I had to
you got the Google Translate.
Yeah, I had to ask my girls, like, hey, what's this mean right here? But hey, man, it was dope how he reached out to me and everything. So appreciate that. Shout out to Chocolatito.
Chocolatito. Papi Chulo. You know? Okay, cool. So obviously you're doing all your preparations for September 14th, staying disciplined. Obviously, I know you're working hard. You know, see you at the gym, the park, whatever the case is, you going all in with this fight. Do you feel like, is this fight going to be a turning point in your career? Or this is win number 10, is just another fight until that big fight comes? Or what's different about this fight? I know the camp and all that is, but is there anything different about this fight?
I like that part, turning point. It'll be a turning point. It's going to be on ESPN Live. I'll be like the co-main event right before Jose Ramirez. First time for on ESPN, you know, a lot of people don't see me right there. And I feel like I'm gonna shine when the lights come on. Like I said, when the opportunity's there, the big stage, I show up each time, you know. From a kid, going to national tournaments, all that, it makes me feel more alive. I mean, even when I graduated, I was thinking like, man, I'm gonna make a speech in front of all these people. And when I actually walked out and see all those people, it made me feel better and confident. So I don't know what it is. It's just I was born for
So you
the
got to
lights.
speak at the Chavez graduation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, he the real GOAT. If they let you do that at Chavez, and that's cool. What? I went there. That's cool. As far as like letting just kids, like, oh yeah, go ahead. So you the GOAT for sure. I'll give you that title. You can take that from Big Bro. But for sure, man. So this fight is a turning point of your career. ESPN, undercard, co-main event. So obviously, you was born for this. So going back to your national titles, how many did you win?
112. I mean, like all over from New York, fought people out there. I went to Puerto Rico to fight, and Puerto Rico is the craziest one because we went and we didn't even get to watch the people weigh in. Like, so they could have weighed whatever.
Yeah.
There's no official there, and it's their people.
Yeah.
And we don't know their name, no birth certificate, all that, and they looking old.
Yeah.
But I fought twice out there, won every day, and I got the team trophy and everything. So it was bad. It was an experience to always remember.
Now,
yeah.
I like that one.
Had the beer in the hand, the whole thing, man.
Hey, had a little stomach on him. And
A little beer
you ain't even running your miles, bro. Yes. Easily weigh 170, but whatever, we're gonna let it go. Won that one. I don't know, was this your last one? I remember on YouTube, I watched it a long time ago before we even really, actually I did know you at the time, but it was, I think it was your last nationals, whatever the case, you was in Russia?
No, that was 2015.
Okay.
That was me going, though. That was one of my highlights of my career. I fought out there, fought 5 times. It was a controversy loss on the last one.
I felt like it was. I felt like you won.
Yeah.
I was like, that's boxing, though.
Yeah, that's boxing. I fought away from Uzbekistan, only 2 hours away from Russia.
Yeah, when you got to beat those guys, when you're in somebody's hometown, you got to make it official, huh? You can't even be close.
Yeah, a lot of
I feel like
times.
that's how boxing is. Like, if you go into somebody, like...
Especially amateurs.
Yeah.
Especially amateurs. But after the decision was called, people came up to me, shaking my hand. I mean, the Russian government came up to me, shook my hand, with his translator talking to me. So they felt bad about the decision. But I was just blessed to even be in that position. I was happy still. I mean, at the moment, I was mad because I felt I deserved #1. But I took it. As months went by, I got my #1 ranking in the world.
Yeah.
So I still got that.
Was that your first time being ranked #1, or?
Yeah. And after that, man, like a few months later, I signed a pro contract at 16.
So let me ask you this, or let the people know, why not go through the whole process that the normal people do? Why not go into the Olympics and try to win the gold and yada yada? The whole stuff.
See, when you're growing up, amateurs, you're winning. Everybody was like, man, I want to go Olympics. I want to get that gold medal. And the Olympics help you get a big contract when you turn pro. So the big companies come after you. And then first person to ever reach out to me was Mayweather. After Puerto Rico, I went to Puerto Rico. He reached out to me, him and his team. We talked a lot. We just did a lot of talking. That's about it. I didn't like how they feeling me out. I'm not really saying anything bad or anything. I just didn't really like.
Don't play games with me.
Yeah.
Just be real, shit.
And then And then as we're going on, the biggest promotional company ever signed Muhammad Ali, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd, Oscar De La Hoya, all of them, man. They reached out to me, top rank. I was like, man, and they came at me with an Olympian deal at 16. So that's just like, I don't even gotta go to Olympics, and I could sign this big contract right now. And the thing was, the Olympics too wasn't looking too good. There's no sponsors really. They weren't on TV. I mean, you watch the Olympics, you didn't see boxing on TV at all.
No, you gotta go on YouTube.
Yeah, and you gotta wake up at 4 in the morning. I mean, that's cool, but there should be at least little replays, highlights, a boxer on a commercial.
Yeah.
There's none of that. So it's not as prestige as it was back then. So that's how it felt. Still bad calls. Michael Conlan fought on there, he won, but they didn't give him the decision. Kind of the same thing when I fought in Russia, but he was from Ireland. So man, it was real. It was pros and cons, but it seemed like it was more cons.
And I see. I never could say I watched. I always hear about controversial decisions. From big fighters. I should have won. And I watch other interviews and stuff. So it seems like the Olympics. Too much politics with the Olympics.
Too much politics, man.
I mean, you get that bag before anything. I mean, what's the point? If you could get there by the age of 16, you're the youngest person ever signed with Top Rank, right?
Youngest, and that was the other thing. We could win a gold medal and be like Andre Ward, like a lot of those guys, or I could sign that 16-year-old and be the only one on that page. Gabriel Flores, and the page is blank. So we could rewrite history right there, and a page in the history books of boxing. So that's something that's never been done before. So that was a big thing in our mind too.
Making your own book.
Yeah.
You setting trends, not following them. That's major key. Do you? Do you, kids. Do you. Whatever's best for you. Don't worry about nobody else. I like that. So with that being said, kind of just, what was the first reason? Why did you get into boxing in the first place?
My older brother, Rogelio Gutierrez. He would train all the time. And I watch him. I'm talking about he started when he was 7 too, and he's 4 years older than me. So I was about 3, 4. And so I always watch him chill in the gym, and I was like, man, hella entertained. And I would try to run around, and my pops would be like, whoa, 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 you're in your way. If you keep on moving, I'm gonna have to send you inside the house. Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I made sure I stayed on that treadmill and I didn't move. Yeah. Stood still so I could watch. So I was that interested in it. So I turned 6. I was like, Pops, can I start training? And he was like, yeah. And he wanted to start training me the next day. I was like, nah. I was 6. So I was like, I'll wait till I was 7. And he was like, oh, all right. Yeah. But that's what you kind of like. You feel like you picked boxing or boxing picked you? In a sense, or a little bit of both? A little bit of both. I was raised around it. I mean, we got pictures of me being like barely able to walk with boxing gloves in my hand. We got Mickey Mouse on my shirt with boxing gloves. Yeah. So I mean, so it was a little bit of both. I was always raised around it. It was like second nature to me. Yeah, it just was there, and then it was just all. Would you say it's all you know, or did you play any other sports? I played t-ball, but I was on a baseball team. See, that's the messed up part about it. I was on a baseball team. They were playing with kids 2 years older than me, and they didn't even know my age. Until the ceremony came before our first game, they found out my real name, real age, and all that, and they kicked me out, put me on t-ball. But I was good, man. I was good, and I remember my old teammates coming like, oh, Gabriel, we won. I'd be like, man, I'm over here playing t-ball, they playing baseball. I was upset. Is that kind of why you just kind of strayed away from it, or you were just like, hey, boxing is my heart? Nah, that's not why, because I still have fun playing t-ball. But I was always interested in boxing. Yeah. Because I was always watching it introduced, so I was like, man, I want to try it, and I tried it, and I fell in love with it, and never looked back. Got you. Now, your trainer is your dad, Gabriel Flores Sr. Going to be probably trainer of the year real soon, one of these years, real quick. What would you say got him into training, or was it just the kids, and how did that work for him? How did he get into training? His father, my grandpa, was always a big boxing fan too, and he always watched, and he boxed too. And so he always was real knowledgeable. He knew a lot about the sport. Even though he wasn't always a boxer, he boxed for a little bit, but he never had a fight. Grandpa or your dad? My dad. Okay, got you. So Pops always knew. He was smart. He always figured stuff out. He didn't always, people look at the hands. Pops was looking at the legs, the hands, the hips, the head, the shoulders, everything. The whole body language. So detail. So Pops, that's one thing Pops always got. He got a sharp eye. And that was one thing about Pops. He stay at night. He's on the phone watching boxing, always trying to find ways to be better. Yeah. So he's a student of the game. And he's still learning and getting you, obviously, to your pinnacle. He's been your trainer your whole life? My whole life. Father, manager, trainer, all that. So I like that. Yeah. Because nobody knows me better than my father. Yeah. I know my father's always gonna keep learning. I mean, we'll go to national tournaments. Talking about these boys are boxing, and this coach got like 30 national titles. Yeah. With kids. But I was like, man, how do you do that? And so he goes asking him questions. My Pops has never been stubborn. He always learned off of somebody if he could. And so Pops always did that. And there's always people like, oh, nah, have that pride. We're in Stockton. There's so many gyms out here that could come spar, get help. But it's just that pride, and we always got our hand out to help everybody. We always try to help everybody around here. We helped a few people already, so we try to grow as a team, but still that pride to get in the way. Stockton is a stubborn city. People want to, I guess you could say, they want to get it on their own. But how I look at it, when we do everything together, we stronger together as one. Because I could have did this podcast without Funky and Nate. It wouldn't have been what we're doing right now, though. You know what I'm trying to say? They could have did it, but they wouldn't have me. They'd have somebody else, but it ain't me. We could have got another 4K camera, but they don't have his vision. So we three dudes, just like how you said, we can all relate it, but a lot of people in Stockton are stubborn. I think when you put that stubbornness to the side, we can succeed a lot more. And that's why people from LA make it so much, because they do everything together. Yeah, Atlanta, especially Atlanta, as far as music, sports, whatever the case is, they gonna always turn up. But that leads me to my next question. What do you think about the Stockton boxing scene as a whole right now? Is like Stockton normally a boxing city, like a boxing town? Like, have we ever had any pros from here? I know we had, I forgot his name though, a black dude from here that was won a world title, I believe, or was a pro boxer. He didn't get. I know Rodney Jones. Yeah, he actually threw a party here. Yeah. He didn't get to win a world title. He came close. He fought for it. And there's Jockey Lopez, fought for a world title like 4 or 5 times. He never got to win it. Came close. He got robbed. Controversial decisions a couple times. David Martinez, upcoming, he was real good. So that we are a boxing town. We got history. We got the Madera brothers out here grinding. So, like I said, we all come together, try to do it, man. I mean, I'm on my own thing right now. Me and my pops, he don't really got anybody else. He got amateurs. We had pros, but stuff happens.
Yeah.
We're not bring that up. But we're doing good, man. We're happy where we are. But Stockton, when we fight in the Stockton arena, we're gonna have Stockton fighters on.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to help. Because I got a big platform right there. Top Rank's gonna be there. When we do it, ESPN is gonna be big. So I wanna put them in the light, and if they do their thing, man, they could get signed. So it's an opportunity. Something
That's all you could do. That's all you do is provide opportunities.
I mean, that's a lot. That's not. I didn't even have that.
Yeah.
Fight in front of Top Rank like that. I mean, that's big. A lot of people can't get that even if they want it.
Yeah, most definitely. So as a whole, I guess you could say for the city of Stockton right now, boxing. Besides yourself, I know you named the Madera brothers, and they are grinders. Do you think there's any other guys that could actually, do something out of here and they could actually make a pro? And well, they are pros right now. A lot of other dudes that are pros, but they could probably get potentially signed with Top Rank or the Money Team or what are these other boxing companies?
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of raw talent. I mean, cause look at Stockton. There's some bad parts, and those kids grow up in that bad part, and they go in the boxing gym and they learn some skills.
Yeah.
So they'll get hit, and they just laugh at it and they keep on going.
Yeah.
So that's the good part. They got heart. Most of the boxing is heart and not getting nervous and not getting scared. Even nerves is good because nerves is normal. But they go in there and they're not scared. They're not timid, and so that's hard to find. And so there's a lot of kids, but it's the discipline, man. I'm not calling any names, but I know a good kid. He's real good, but the discipline's not there.
Yeah.
And he could be great, and I tell him all the time. But and there's another kids too, man. They're good. But the street life catches up to them in Stockton. It's always hard. I mean, my family grew up with gangs. That's all they knew. And I'm so close to it. I'm talking about reach of a hand when I was young. But you gotta know what's better for you. You got two plays. You got a world title right here, and you got just fun. We'll call it fun.
You got home invasions, you
gotta know what's
robbing,
first.
You got stealing, dealing, killing.
You gotta know what's first.
Do.
You gotta always plan ahead. I always thought twice of what to do. Pops taught me that.
Yeah.
Pops really put a lot of things in my mind that I needed to know.
Did you ever feel any pressure from your family being from it, being in it, you being literally, I know for a fact you was right there. Did you ever feel any pressure coming up at a young age to be a part of this or want to do it or, whatever the case? Did you ever feel any pressure from that?
I never felt pressure, but you always see the older cousins, uncles, you see them, and sometimes you try to act like them as a little kid.
Yeah.
So never pressure, but like temptations, like anything.
Yeah,
But you gotta know what's right and what comes first, and think twice with the consequences. All that, where you could throw away a dream. So a whole bunch of that.
So let me ask you this: do you feel any pressure from the Stockton community to be great, to be successful? Because right now we got a couple pro NFL players. A couple pro, Diaz brothers do the MMA thing.
That's one thing, man. We got good talent. Like you said, pro NFL, but they never come back to the city, man. Like Lavelle Hawks came back right there. Edison helped him out. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
It's something you don't see a lot. People make it out of town, but they don't really. I never heard of anybody coming back. That's what we need to talk for the youth.
Yeah.
Starts with the youth. That's the future.
Yeah.
So. Repeat. Want to ask me that question one more time? I got distracted.
But you making some good points. I'm not gonna speak nothing on that because it's a different story. But do you feel any pressure just from the city alone? Just to be successful? Because for you, guys that play in the league or the Diaz brothers, whatever the case is, I feel like. I don't know. Hey, they rep Stockton, so I don't care if they from Lodi or what. Hey, they rep Stockton hard, so I don't know where they from, but they cool. I've met them in shape a couple times. They cool dudes. They rep Stockton. But back to you. Do you feel any pressure from community to be great?
I don't feel pressure. I feel motivated.
Yeah.
People always shaking my hand, saying what's up with me, kids. So, oh man, I love it. And that's what I want to do. I want to be great for the kids so they see an example and see somebody close to their age, tell them something. Because I always hear from the old folks, 30 and up, they hear from me, they pay attention. Like, all right, he's a little close to my age. So I feel like I need to be great for a community, for everybody to know, like, we could actually do something. I'm just like any other kid from Stockton. I was born and raised here. I'm nothing special. I just work hard.
So you signed with Top Rank. Why not move from Stockton? You know, you could easily pick up and leave. You know, I don't know what that's your business, whatever you got paid. But I'm pretty sure you could pick up and leave and go to LA and do this and be Hollywood and all that stuff. But why not do that? Why not?
Easily. People offer for us to have a gym in LA and all that. But they're here in boxing. Everybody moves to Southern California.
Yeah.
No, nobody really comes out here and does it Northern California and just goes hard and make a name for ourselves. I want to make a name for us, home.
Yeah.
I want home to be a name.
Hometeam, what's up?
Yeah, home
team. Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I want. Somebody to make it from Northern California and Stockton, California to 209. We a team. We a group. So I want to be like, okay. So we don't always have to move. You could do it, but you gotta travel. You can't just stay in the same place and make it. I just came back from LA, working out there. But this is home for me. I gotta make trips to New York, all around to make sure I'm great and I get that work that I need. So, but this is my home base right here. And most of the time, like 80% of the time, I'm home.
Yeah.
I'm right here working.
And like you going back to LaVelle, even when LaVelle was in the league, because I grew up looking up to him. That was like our hometown hero. Like, oh my goodness, he was a guy. So he was always like, it was good to just touch him. Like at the barbershop, what's up? Oh, what's up with you, baby? Mm-hmm. I'm like, what you doing out here? Oh, it's my bye week. It's good to just like, you at all places in the world, you came back here. So same for you. People were like, when I was working out earlier, we working out, we doing our little training stuff and doing on the hill, and you just hear kind of whispers from kids, like, hey, you hear that? That's Gabriel Flores right there. That's Gabriel Flores. So I think that's dope. Parents like, oh, hey, can I get a picture with you, mijo? So I think that's dope that these kids, one of those kids might be the next Gabriel Flores and they own right. It might not be a boxer, but the little kid had a football today. He might end up going to the NFL. Like, I just remember Gabriel Flores working hard. Or he might end up being an actor or a doctor. Like, I just know you got to grind, whatever you're doing. So that's dope how you do that. Going on to the next subject, because we already know you're going to whoop ass on September 14th. We already got that out the way.
Say that.
Yeah, fast. What's your favorite boxer in the history of boxing, period, point blank?
Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones? Why?
In his prime, he looked so fluent.
Yeah.
Rhythm, smooth. Like, when he was in the ring, it looked like whatever he was doing, he wanted to do that.
Yeah.
That's in the position he wanted to be. He was showboating, he just looked comfortable. Like, that's a playground. And he knew every swing, every monkey bar in there. Like, he was so, he loved it. He was having fun in there. That's my favorite part. Like, when I'm fighting, I'm having fun. I'm serious, but I'm having fun.
You feel like some of that just, studying him naturally kind of just rubbed off on you without you realizing it?
For sure. As a young kid, I couldn't watch a 12-round fight.
Yeah.
But when Roy came on, I watched the whole 12 rounds and the interview after.
Yeah.
So I was drawn into it. And so, yeah, as a kid, I was showboat. From Roy, but I didn't even really I want to be like Roy and showboat. It just happened.
Because you watched it so much as a part of your development.
Lead left hooks, pop shotting, all that. Roy was just so fluent and so confident. Confidence is everything. So that's one thing I admired. And when I really met Roy, and really talked to him, I was like, man, I couldn't, I was like, man.
That was the first time really being starstruck?
Deep thought, yeah. I was super starstruck. And then I met him at the weigh-ins, and he threw the card. And I was face off with the guy, and he was trying to shake my hand, and I didn't shake his hand.
That was your first fight in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
First one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't shake her hand. I told him after the fight, because right now, we enemies,
That's why we got the haircut, baby. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, okay. What did Roy say about that?
And Roy, you can see he laughed. He laughed, and after that happened, he talked to me. He was like, man, I like how you did that. Fighter mentality. Because after the fight, I'll raise your hand, shake your hand, hug you, whatever. We cool.
It's love, yeah.
Yeah, sportsmanship. But before, you trying to take food off my table.
Yeah, most definitely. So what's your favorite fight ever, just in general? Favorite fight ever?
My favorite fight, Felix Trinidad and Fernando Vargas.
What stood out from that fight from the others?
They had to dig deep.
Yeah.
They had to go dog. Fernando was so young. He fought Trinidad too young. He could have been a little more experienced, but he got a lot of money, like 10 million. He couldn't pass it up. So he took it and he fought. He was almost out the first round. Mm-hmm. Then he got knocked down like 3 times the first round. And then he came back, started doing better. He knocked Trinidad and backed out, and he's on the verge to winning the fight. And it's only like the 8th round. But what took a lot of him, Trinidad just kept on low blowing him.
Was it like no disqualified rules fight
yeah,
kind of?
take a point off. They take a point off. But the thing is, you do anything you can to win. Mm-hmm. I personally think Trinidad would have won if he wouldn't low blowed him.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of, I promise you, it takes a lot. And it wasn't once, twice, it was 3 times, hard, flush. So, man, you got to do whatever it takes to win sometimes. It's a little dirty, but that's a fight. It's a dog fight. And for Vargas to continue, keep on going, you gotta have heart to get knocked down, keep on getting up, and you're hurt, you're wobbly, and you keep on going. A lot of people give up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sound like some real shit. That's why I never boxed. Yeah, I'm not built for that. I just, no, I'm playing. But most definitely. So, if you wasn't boxing right now, if boxing wasn't in the equation, if a doctor said, hey, you can't box anymore, you can't, what's next for you?
From right now, or if I didn't box from since a kid?
No, from now.
Man, I'll probably try to be like a boxing commentator or something, try to stay in some way. You know, take school a lot more serious, go to college. Like, I'm gonna go to college and take online classes and all that, but actually attend a school if I couldn't box anymore. I had to prepare myself mentally, all that.
No, yeah.
So it'll be a big fall down, but you know, I always stay positive. I always try to be positive. No matter what comes my way, I try to turn it into something positive. So I'll try and find a way. I feel like I got that charisma that I could do something. I always told myself, even if it wasn't for boxing, I'll make sure I'll find some way to put money in my pocket.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
You know that, maneuver, wiggle through real quick, for sure. Favorite basketball team? I know you like the Raiders. I don't want to talk about the Raiders. But favorite basketball team?
I just caught a Raider game.
Yeah, in the suite.
We won.
Doing it big. Yeah, a little preseason game versus
Packers.
So you got to see A-Rod play.
But my favorite basketball team in a few months, Stockton Kings, that'll be my favorite one right there. But NBA, actually Sacramento Kings. Always, no matter how bad we've been, that's my team, and I'm rocking with them.
I'm a Laker fan.
Like Mike Bibby, when I was young.
No, hey, that's the only, real talk, I hate the Kings. Like, I'm a diehard Laker fan, like, third generation, fourth. All my grandmas like the Kings. My cousin played for the Lakers. So, yeah. Only Kings team I ever liked was a Mike Bibby, Peja Stojakovic, Bobby Jackson, Vlade Divac, Jason Williams. Chris Webber. They was cold. Like, they had Brad Miller. That was the best Kings team ever, and you was right here. So it was like, it was hard not to beat them. Who? Oh yeah, Zero. No, that wasn't versus him. Yeah, Robert Horry, top of the key. Big shot, Rob. Bam.
Okay, y'all know your history. See, I couldn't tell you all that.
You was probably like 2. What was year was you born?
2000.
You was 2. That was like 2001, 2, 3. That was like during that period. So that was when the Lakers they won 3-peat with Shaq. So he was just born. But my
favorite basketball player was AI, Allen Iverson. I had his ball and everything. Like, I loved AI. Like, that was my man's right there.
I think that was everybody's man. That's why, I was asking you about the tattoo earlier, right? Like, people were like, a lot of people get tattoos now because it's fashionable. I got tattoos because of Allen Iverson. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he inspired me. So he inspired really a whole generation, if we're being real, from your years all the way up, because he made literally the whole armbands that everybody wear, the headbands, the braids, the tattoos. He was like he broke boundaries. Like, you couldn't wear street clothes to a game.
And that was just him being him.
Yeah, that was him being him. And, I think he was a perfect person to do it because he was actually skillful. A lot of people don't understand. If you don't got what it takes as far as in the sport, just imagine, Colin Kaepernick, he ain't in the league right now, right? Imagine who's the best. Imagine if Tom Brady took a knee during the national anthem. What do you think would happen?
Not much.
Yeah, I mean, he would still be in the league, right? Yeah. People would pay, because he's the best ever. Colin Kaepernick is good, but he's not Tom Brady. Yeah. So yeah, man, most definitely, man. I guess you could say, yeah, for sure. So is there anything you want to just talk about, get off your chest? Say anything about Stockton, or what do you want to talk about? Because you always get interviewed. What would you like to talk about?
Well, when you say Stockton, I'm just gonna let them know I'm always here, man. Lincoln Car show right there. I was right there, man, walking through the mall all the time. I'm the average Stockton person. Here all the time. This is my home. I'm nobody different. I'm nothing different from everybody around here. I just work hard.
Yeah. So you don't ever feel like man, I hope nobody think I'm big timing them and yada yada. You feel comfortable in your skin here. Yeah. You're comfortable. You move how you want to move.
But I don't worry about people thinking I'm big time. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people have. I heard people think I'm cocky and all that or something. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I always try to be as humble as I could be, because that's one thing Mom's always told me.
Most definitely.
Be humble. So mom still live on to this day just because I remember everything she told me. I live by it all the time. Wear a shirt out to the ring.
Now, every fight, you've always wore moms to the, in the fight, so she always with you?
Every fight.
Now, when you pray, of course, you're praying to God, right? And you say a prayer to moms too, or you feel like you guys talk sometimes, or?
Yeah, I pray to moms all the time, you know. So I just think sometimes like how much easier it'd be just to talk, because I didn't really have that person to always talk to.
Yeah.
Mom's always was that person.
Yeah, most definitely. That's real. And I like how you she always with you, always carrying her legacy on, and then you always give it up for like, man, I am who I am because my mom made me this. So, you know, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, dads are, you know, kind of rough, but moms kind of balance us out as young men. So that's dope, and I appreciate you always, you know, letting her name live on and you putting on for her, you know. A lot of people probably wouldn't do that how you do it. You know, it might be doing one fight, but it's like, hey, this is mom's. You know, you know. I remember one of your interviews. You was like, man, you know, I just imagine her just, you know, being right there. I remember her yelling for me. So she was a big part of your amateur coming up in the amateurs.
Yeah, she drove like 10 hours to watch me in Mesquite, right next to Vegas, Mesquite, Nevada. Drove like 10 hours out there, and I was like, man, and really she was there and motivated me. That was like my favorite tournament of all time because I won. I got outstanding boxer. She was there. Pops was there. We all had dinner together after. Yeah. So man, I was hella happy that day. I drove home with her because she drove all the way there by herself. So I didn't want mom to drive back by herself, and she put on oldies. And as a young kid, I didn't like oldies at all. But the whole 10 hours, all we did is listen to oldies. So now I love oldies. So from that day, made me like oldies. So now I got oldies in my music and my playlist and all that. Sometimes it comes on in the gym. My pops, he don't like that. He likes oldies, you know, but in the gym, he needs something that pump him up or something. He don't like hearing
94 Tech 9 and SIBO.
Like X-rated.
Probably I be seeing on Instagram. You be listening to that old school gangster shit for real. Yeah, he be listening to all that. So let me ask you this. This is what I wanted to ask you earlier. Let me ask you, is there anybody from the amateurs that you fought that you kind of like, that's maybe still around in the pro ranks or on their way about to be up that you kind of want to get some get back? Maybe like an unfair decision, or has everybody from the kid, they kind of phased out? Because it's either you around or you ain't around. Ain't no in between. You know, is there anybody from like the amateurs that you kind of like, I always wanted to fight him, or like maybe the bro from Russia, like I whooped him, I can't wait to fight him in the pros. Is anybody like that?
There's just one cat, you know, he's Puerto Rican. You know, I fought him, I beat him. We fought one time. People from Philly were mad about the decision, felt I won. But, you know, he talks, he puts little comments on Instagram, but every time I'm in his section, you know, he feels uncomfortable, you know, and all that. But, you know, I let people do their Instagram little Twitter fingers type things, but.
Is he signed?
Yeah, he signed to Top Rank. But he not on the platform I'm on. That's the thing he's mad about. He's like 7-8-0. He undefeated.
Well, he ain't grinding like you.
Yeah.
Shit. You gotta get your bag up.
Yeah.
Shit.
So but that's what it comes to. Everybody's mad that they're not at a certain stage. They don't shine like me. You don't get on the platform that I get to get on. So that's when the jealousy kicks in, envy, because he was just like, you know, trying to be cool with me at first. And I was cool, you know, but in my head, I'm like, you're in the same weight class as me.
Yeah.
You know, we could fight in the future, but I ain't saying nothing about old boy because his thing was like he always be behind the phone and say something. So and I'm not gonna be behind camera and, you know, be a hypocrite and do the same thing.
It's kind of like it's like how I look at it. Y'all probably couldn't even fight early on, anyways, right? It's like because they both trying to build y'all up and.
But it just comes from enviness and jealousy.
That's what most people is. He want to be you. At the end of the day, you're going to take the time out your day to write on my comments. Boy, you know we ain't going to fight for another 3 or 4 years. Why you doing this? What's the point of this? Favorite movie ever?
Favorite movie ever? Sandlot. I love Sandlot. I watched Sandlot like 8 times when I was young.
Like,
a day. Like, I try to have it on replay. They'd be like, man, turn that off.
Well, you wanted to play baseball, so it was like kind of like, I mean, Benny the Jet Rodriguez, and it was just a fun movie too. Favorite rap artist?
T.I.
T.I.? What? T.I.? How do you like a guy from Atlanta? Nothing wrong with it, because I like 2 Chainz, but T.I. really never stuck on me. He just, how'd you get on T.I.?
I don't know, ever since I was young, I used his music.
Yeah.
And he's just the one that stuck with me, like 24s. What you know about that? That's the one that stuck with me. That was my one right there. What you know about that? I know all his tapes. All his tapes. So he's like, I don't know. That's my man right there though. I liked Atlanta rappers though.
Well,
I like a little scrappy.
Hey, I kid you not. If you was born from 2000 or you was like came up in the 2000s, you have Atlanta influence. I think that's why everybody like the South music so much, because from like 2000 to 2008, they ruled music.
Hey, ATL never died out, man. They always had something. It's to this day.
Period. And that's like we said earlier, they stick together.
Yeah.
They stick together. They support. Like a lot of people move to Atlanta just like a lot of rap artists. They move to Atlanta just to get put on, because everybody in Atlanta, they'll buy your CDs and all that. You know, so yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on. Anybody got any questions? No questions at all? Y'all hella boozy. But hey, man, I appreciate you coming on. Young Gabe Flores Jr., future world champion. I'm calling it right now in multiple divisions. Multiple divisions. What do you think you're going to top out at?
I want to top out at 160, middleweight. I mean, Roy was 5'11", and he went all the way to heavyweight. I ain't trying to hit heavyweight, just trying to hit middleweight.
Whatever come natural? Like, let your body go with it?
Yeah, but I'm going to have to jump up. I mean, like, you dominate certain weight classes, and, you know, I feel I work hard, so I feel like I need to dominate 135s and 140s. And then once you're going to jump up to a weight class, like, man, is that too big for me? But you jump up because there's nothing else to do in that weight class. You already dominated, like Floyd. He started out like 130, 135, something like that. We're like, 147 is not his natural weight class. He's little for that. So when people say he moves too much, yeah, but when he was younger, like at 130, 135,
he was knocking shit out.
Throwing hella punches, thing in front of you. But when you get in the heavy weight class, that's not your
He fought at 154s before, right?
Yeah, he fought Canelo at 154. So
what about De La Cruz? I mean, not De La Cruz. What's his name? De La Hoya.
De La Hoya. He probably fought him at 54. I don't know. I think he fought him at 47 though. Okay. I want to say 47. But I was still young at that time. Favorite Floyd fight?
Are you a fan of Floyd?
I am. I like Floyd a lot. Yeah. I actually do like him a lot. I watch a lot of his tapes. But Roy is my main man. But favorite Floyd fight, probably like when he fought Maidana, fought Castillo.
Yeah, I feel like that first one, I was kind of nervous.
I was like, close one. I still thought he won. Yeah. Honestly.
I mean, I hope my, boxing is a racist sport, so I always try to take a step back. Like, I hope my blackness isn't interfering with my decision. Just being real. I'm like, damn, I always kind of like, but now that you say it, I know for a fact he won. I'm like, I think he won, but did he win?
It might be biased.
Yeah. That's what I always felt like. What's up with you?
Would you ever do like, I don't know, mixed martial arts or UFC or any kind of step into that kind of fighting?
That's not my element, man. And they don't make enough money.
At all.
That's another point.
Period.
That, they fighting. They only making like I don't even know, but I know it's not half as much as boxers are making. I'm like Adrian Belner. Not too many people know Adrian Belner. I know you probably do, but he's making way more than the top contender up there.
He's an entertainer too.
Yeah, he is. He's
an entertainer, and I feel like, I don't know. I feel like bro could be one of the best. He could have been. It's over. It's over for that.
Yeah.
He could be successful and still win some championships, but I feel like he could have been one of the best to ever do it.
In his prime, he was nasty, man.
Lack of focus, just like you said. It's a lack
I don't
want
to say prime because he was still messing up when he was at his prime. But when he was first coming up, when he first got his world title, when he fought Antonio DeMarco and all that, when he was wearing his pink trunks,
he
was doing it. He was nasty.
It's just a lack of focus, though. That's what happened. I mean, shit, he probably might see this one day. You get focused, bro. Like, you could be one of the best. I get my money. The can man. You always got it, too. So it don't matter about what you're talking about. I like you, though.
Yeah.
But, shit, you got to be focused, man. So I appreciate you coming on, man. Stay resilient. Stay focused like you will do. World champion by the age of 21? Before that? 20. Is that possible?
Very possible.
Very possible? Are you going to bring that world championship fight to Stockton if possible, or it's not enough tickets here?
Well, that's too far to think of, but probably enough seats. I think 11,000 is a good amount. Probably.
How much is an MGM? 20?
Nah, not 20. He's not hitting 20. Okay. Probably like 12, 13.
Ooh, so it'd be perfect.
Right there. Probably more than 11,000 with seats on the floor and everything.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? But we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna fight in Stockton for sure. But where's the world title we're fighting to be? I don't know.
Okay, well, just win the shit, bring it back home, be in front of the Stockton record. I'm gonna post you on Instagram like, oh, look, you feel me? I just want a little ringside ticket. Just put me in the nosebleeds. I'm good. But appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you for real. Good luck. I should have like 8 times already. Stockton, baby. We out here.
Gotta stay down for your come up. Got one yesterday, 1,000 tomorrow. Just cause the rain shine. Don't mean the sun ain't around the corner, you feel me? You gotta speak it into existence. Them sunny days coming. They on the way. You just gotta be patient. Hello.
I heard trying to get my money straight. Over time I gotta make this shake. That bad calling, I'ma do the right. Thank the Lord, he been blessing me. My future bright, that's a sunny day. Sunny day, it's a sunny day. My future bright, that's a sunny day. Sunny day.